Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Ms. Kiff has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream.
So, if you know about Emerald and the TwitchCon thing, some guy walked up and he basically tried to kiss on Emerald. To anybody that knows anything about Twitch, is this really surprising to you? It's to a point to where other creators on Twitch is like, I don't even go to TwitchCon. I don't feel safe there. But let's go and get straight into this video, see what's going on.
Career-ending allegations have been brought against Ms. Kiff, very well-known streamer, from another top streamer, Emeru, who's also been in the news this last week because they were SA'd at TwitchCon. But getting back to what we're talking about in this video, Emeru has made a lot of allegations toward Ms. Kiff, and they're all horrific. Emeru directly accused him of psychological and domestic abuse, stalking, harassment, threats of blackmail, and SA. Now, she covered this all in about an hour and a half on a stream from today, and so I watched that entire thing. I'm going to break down the key points for it for you guys so you can understand what's going on. First things first, apologies if my mic is getting moved around a lot. My mic arm broke, so I have to hold this while I'm going over all this. We're going to start first with this Dexerto article talking about this, simply because I want to give anybody who isn't aware of who these people are a little bit more context. Down here, so Emeru and Ms. Kiff were previously in a relationship and lived together in Austin, Texas, close to other streamers, part of the OTK One True King streaming organization. They were together with that. A lot of people that have just kind of like been aware of Twitch, and if you've kind of seen it here, there are clips that have, you know, surfaced on the internet. There's a very good chance that you've seen Ms. Kiff. He's been a very big streamer for quite some time now, and Emeru was living with him. They were never public about being in a relationship, but people suspected as much, being that they were in the same house. And of course, Emeru confirms this, talking about what she talked about today. Now, with that little bit of context out of the way, I want to show you guys the intro that Emeru gave talking about this on her stream.
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Ms. Kiff has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I have attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue, and just not make it a public thing.
Now, obviously, those are not light allegations. Those are some pretty heavy accusations to be throwing Ms. Kiff's way. Now, during this stream, I think they mentioned it a couple of times, but they let their stream know that they have consulted their lawyer before even coming forward with this, and they spoke with them before they went live and are sharing any of this. But continuing on, she goes into why she's talking about this now. And it has to do with the fact that she was told by some other content creators that he had done something similar to another individual, another woman. And now she kind of feels an obligation to get this information out there and make sure that nobody goes through what she had to go through.
I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that before I get started so that people understand what prompted me to do this today, and that it's not just on a whim or something like that. I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me, and to someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything.
Following up after that, she ends up talking about her move from where she originally was living alone in Kansas over to living with Ms. Kiff in Texas. And this is where she confirms that yes, as most people had figured out, they had a relationship during that time.
A lot of people already know this, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. We started dating. We were in a relationship starting January 2022 after I joined OTK. I'm not planning to go into too much detail about the start of the relationship because it honestly doesn't really matter at this point. It's irrelevant now. The only things that really matter that you guys need to know for the story are that it was, one, an extremely private relationship. It was even hidden from friends and people in the org, but I mean, obviously people all eventually figured it out. They're not fucking stupid. And second, it was an extremely codependent relationship.
I think obviously it's important to make that clarification and make sure we're all on the same page about them having a relationship, that it was codependent, that they were very much relying on each other. I think it just helps provide a bit of context.
With her, I can see that her being more motivated to speak out, because with her going through what she went through at TwitchCon, and then you having to sit there and heal from that, and then you have to, after that, you have to hear about your ex was doing the same thing that he did to you to another person. It's just like, damn, one thing after another. It's hard for me to sit here and try to like feel sorry for somebody who have, one, if you got a little bit of fame, you got a little bit of fortune, and just with that alone, you don't have to be forcing women to do anything that you want them to do. But I feel like it's for some people who don't know how to, they don't know how to either get women, they don't know how to talk to women. It's either they have, now that I have a woman, okay, now I'm gonna force her to do whatever I want her to do. Now I'm gonna be codependent and manipulate her to do whatever I want her to do. For some people like that, they just predators, honestly. Like, and it's just like, if you do this one time with one girl and you get away with it, you're gonna do it to another girl. And if you get away with that, you're gonna do it to another girl, and then another girl, and then another girl.
An understanding for the following claims and how they came to be, like the domestic abuse, etc. Now, you could expect at the time, of course, Mizkif was a lot bigger than Emiru was, and so going over there and then now getting into a relationship, there's clearly a power dynamic there, you know, tied to their work, things like that. All that to say that she makes a point that other people have noticed, or were assuming that this is what was going to be the content of this stream, that Mizkif was incredibly controlling.
The start of it was fine. I saw a lot of people mentioning this. They thought this was what I was going to talk about. It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream.
And so that leads into her talking about one of these first instances where Mizkif was throwing things at her, throwing bottles at her. More than that, also throwing his phone at her.
It was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it and it scared me and I bruised very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always, you know, was like, oh, it's an accident. And I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like, at the time, I just kind of was, you know, I just brushed it off. And looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries.
Now, in regard to this black eye specifically, we actually have a post from Livestream Fail. All of this has been coming out in just a few short hours after she had went live with this stream from around August of 2022, where some viewers have noticed Emiru's black eye, likely from the bottle incident discussed today. And so she actually talks about getting a black eye, and then towards the end of it, she accidentally alt tabs, and people clipped the alt tab that she had done, and it revealed this photo, what looks to be her, and showing the black eye. They zoomed into it. Again, this isn't confirmed, it's just what people are suspecting. It falls in line with the timeline. Talks about having a black eye. It just kind of like fits in all of those parameters, and then this photo showed up in that alt tab. Emiru ends up bringing up the Mizkif cover-up allegations. For those who don't know, if you just do a search, Mizkif got canceled a couple years back, having to do with the fact that it looked like he covered up for a friend of his who had, I believe, SA'd another individual. He ended up going to court for it. It's been this huge thing. The reason that ties in is, of course, Emiru was with him at the time, and she ended up trying to help him, but she noticed that very clearly at around this time, due to what she assumes to be the stress of everything going on, he kind of snaps. This is when things start getting really bad for Emiru. But to start things off, and this really just goes into Mizkif being incredibly insecure about himself from what Emiru is talking about, she goes into detail talking about even more controlling behaviors that he was exhibiting, like not allowing them to stream at the same time.
He never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like, we really avoided it. And to me at the time, it made sense because, you know, I was like, well, of course, like, you know, we share a lot of community members. If we're live at separate times, we're both going to perform better. You know, it makes sense. Yeah, we were never really live doing the same thing at the same time for a long time. with the exception of like things like events or sponsors or like, you know, just special things.
Now this goes on like this for a couple years until the first stream that Emery's saying that they ended up doing together was for a Rust event, a game called Rust. And she's going to explain a bit about this, but we actually have clips from that event that end up corroborating the story that she's about to tell us.
The first time that we ever streamed at the same time was for the 2024 Rust Kingdoms event on Twitch. We were sharing drops, so it was the first time in a very long time that we were both going to be live at the same time doing the same thing, basically. I know you're probably like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But it'll make sense in a bit. So I'm live, he's live, we're both streaming, and like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public, there are clips of this. We're both streaming the Rust event. I start seeing in my chat, people start saying unofficial Miz raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me saying like, Emmy, you know, I'm gonna kill myself. I waited, or I'm gonna KMS. I waited so long for this, etc. Basically, he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally it. I had higher viewership than him. He starts messaging me. He's really upset. I tried to tell him, I was like, bro, you should come back and play. Everyone's having fun. Everyone's like wondering where you are. He ended his stream. And then I'm still live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong. In that house, I had a glass door so I could like see this was happening. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore. I hear him back there doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I tell my stream, I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I get up and I go talk to him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, Emmy, like, I hate all of you guys. Like, all you guys do is just take from me, and like, I'm just done. Like, I'm just done. And I was like, is this like really happening because of Rust drops? And he was like, I don't know what else to do. He was like going off on me, like basically saying that he hated me. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do now. And he was like, go finish your stream so that people don't know anything's wrong.
Now to corroborate this story, just about tit for tat, we also have, again, live stream fails. People were able to find it. This is that collab stream with him playing Rust with Emeru. They're actually showing the viewer count at the same time. It starts out with Emeru having 7,500. Mizkif having 13,000. And so it's showing clips in between of them, you know, going through, playing the game, doing their event, leading up to the point when Emeru starts to overtake him with viewership. And from that point, I'm just going to play you guys a few clips stitched together from this video to show you exactly what she was talking about, where she overtakes him, he ends up going off stream, and you can see her like flinching every time it happens and then her stepping away.
Wait, our houses literally look exactly the same.
Yep. No, I hardly slept last night. That's why I seem tired today. Because I'm honestly fucking tired, chat, I'll be honest. I'm pretty tired. I'm just tired. Alright, chat. I'll see you guys later. I will see you guys probably tonight, if not tomorrow. I just need a nap. I'm fucking zooted out of my mind.
What does unofficial Miz raid mean?
Why are we all acting like we haven't murdered, like we haven't pillaged, like we have? She had a one-hit advantage. She was coming after me. I had to attack back.
What the fuck is this?
Well, I have some cloth in my house. Go to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Bro, if anybody been in like an abusive, manipulative relationship, they get jealous over the most smallest stuff. You could be going to a store and randomly you're on the phone with your girl or your guy, and then the person asks, hey, are you in line? Yeah, I'm not in line. You can go ahead. They'll be like, oh, you over here talking to a girl. Why you over here talking to a girl? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? People like that are so draining. And I know with him, he has to be the same exact way. You getting jealous over your girl getting more views than you. You have 19,000 people right now, and you're jealous over her getting more views. If it was me, I would love for my girl to get more, because when she do better or she do good, if she have money in her pocket, she'll take care of me and herself. If I have money in my pocket, I'll take care of her and myself. But when it's just one person, you're taking care of everything. But when everybody do good, guess what? It's amazing. But if you're getting jealous over a girl doing better than you, bro, you have a big insecurity within yourself. If you was a middle class man making $60,000, $40,000 a year, and you had a girl that was making $100,000, you would legit hate her. She can be sitting here loving you, caring for you, and everything, and then just because the idea of her making more money than you would eat away at you every single day, you will forget the part of her loving and caring about you, that you just begin to hate you. I mean, you begin to hate yourself because you feel like less of a man. But make sure you like this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video. Also, I'll be on Twitch. And yeah, I'm out.
What's good, people? This is KM.Little right here. Thank you for watching this video. In this clip right here, I am showing you my different YouTube channels. They are in the link in the description. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you will love my other channels. Also, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and we out.